Thomas, and today I'll be talking about colorblindness and the fantasy behind it for my Decolonial American project. So, here's our table of contents of what we're going to go over. First being the origin, then prisons, and why it's impossible. Then we're going to cover prejudice and erasure, and then finally have our closing. So first we have origin. In the law, Judge Henry Billings Brown said, "Our Constitution is colorblind and neither knows nor tolerates classes among citizens." This seems to come from an understanding viewpoint. Others who say this also seem to come from the right place. However, it does not work out because fixing racism is just not that simple. One reason is that the Constitution itself was not truly colorblind in the beginning, when it was created. Even Thomas Jefferson, who came back from France later, says the famous quote, "We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal." But this all men was really just the average American white male, not women, and most definitely not other colored men. The racial disparity in prisons is quite shocking. For something that the law that should be considered colorblind, the prisons seem to say otherwise. After all, prisons themselves are usually broken up into groups by race, but also the most shocking is the population of each race. There is a higher percent of likelihood that a black person will be incarcerated than there is half of the population of white people in the United States. White people take up a little bit less than 60% of the population, yet they only have about 6% chance and likelihood of being arrested compared to black people who have a 33% chance, yet only taking up 12% of the population. Here's a more visual comparison of the percentages of likelihood to be incarcerated, which is quite shocking. Surprisingly, other English-speaking countries also seem to share the same patterns, where marginalized groups are discriminated against and much more likely to be sent to jail and then prison. There's also another flaw that comes with claiming to be colorblind to race. The fact is, you cannot not see color. Racial differences are perceived the moment our eyes notice there even is a difference in skin tone. However, you can choose to try not to see it, therefore not defining people by it, but there is no true colorblind. Race and color is not taught, it's simply something that is perceived. The issue, however, is the negative implications that are attached to these things. Instead of teaching that color is a bad thing that should not be mentioned, it should be the opposite, and that there are wonderful things about each color, which also opens up to being more culturally diverse. Trying to hide away from color and not talk about it instead makes it seem like color is a bad thing and is something that is shameful. 5. We have erasure. What really is being erased? Pretending to not see color is not erasing the issues that colorism and racism bring. It instead erases the point of view of someone who has grown up subject to these issues, and the person claiming to be colorblind cannot see from their point of privilege how things may be different for the marginalized groups. That's basically all. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for this semester. It was very fun being able to create this and be able to put my mind at work. I hope you have a wonderful winter break. Thank you.